The program na Good Morning Saloon, they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. As we mentioned earlier, today inside the program Good Morning Saloon, Radio Democracy, they continue for look at issues around the PR system and the different opinion as whose kind PR system the country forgets, or whether or not the country forgets a PR system at all. Inside the program, I want to welcome Dr. Julius Spencer and people who don't follow him. Now, one of the proponents them with the supports the PR system, but in getting your own definition of the PR system, we want to see now the country. Good morning, Doc, and welcome to the program Good Morning Saloon.
Good morning.
And also inside the program we get Andrew Lavalie, come up from IGR, Institute for Governance Reform, and himself they can talk on the Afrobarometer reports on PR system or not, and waiting in your position as somebody we don't work on governance issues in the country as IGR. Now a think tank organization we they talk where they do research and talk on the democracy, governance, and service delivery, human rights, and other things. And once again, Andrew Lavalie, good morning.
Fambo and Irene Freetown, good morning, and good morning also.
I will start with you for reason being that we don't get different debates them, and we don't get Dr. Julius Spencer and the program who say you don't state in your position on PR system and who's can PR system in things say them the country for practice. From the IGR perspective and the barometer report perspective, what you wanna regard as PR and which kind PR system the Afrobarometer they talk about here?
Well, Afrobarometer not about PR system per se, but you know, so you get electoral system debates where they go on at the country. We probably therefore know say since 1996, London holds 6 elections, and 3 of those elections and they na PR system, and 3 of them are first past the post. As we approach 2028, there is now this big debate as to which system we feel say really good for Salon, for where we go before. You know, people therefore know say when they talk about governance system, not of just adopt governance system, you adopt the one where you feel say this one you get for put me before. So now I make it finally we really get finally get a more educated conversation, sober reflection as to what in they make we go before, because we see say within a country, unlike you know, in spite of all the diamond, the gold, the bauxite we get, we don't do democracy, we don't vote boku time. A lot of citizens, whether you McKinney, you will not glad about the condition all day. So I mean, then conversation we don't start. I think say fine for welcome and maybe just wish for the political class now APC, the political class now SLPP. Let then actually lower down the temperature as we discuss real solution. The thing where Afrobarometer shows say now only 26% of citizens they don't talk, say they don't hear about the electoral system debate. So we ask a question: have you heard about the electoral system reform conversation? That farmer they don't even care. So now only 26%. They don't hear it, not for 26% if you understand. So it means this whole thing about electoral system conversation is high elite conversation. When I can talk saying them bookman and don't pull the country, I don't think I can make you can believe. Because if I follow the elites them, they come together and then agree on which they make the country go forward. The one that we don't study governance system where they see how waiting they make country like we own the way they go behind and country like we own the way they go before. Well, we not go before it, not necessarily going behind. Then see say the country we don't go before, then country and the people like can get boku difference then. But we can up and in country, like for example, how forget water, how forget good roads, they can normally agree in the face of the differences then. But yeah, and boku other country then we not develop yet, it's difficult for the citizens then get one word as to waiting how for go before. So now make them keep stay and destroy one another. So now make Afrobarometer actually float these questions. Afrobarometer they get boku questions where they can ask in multiple countries then, but in boku continent. So but then guilty and call country specific questions. In light of the challenges alone they get, we decide for ask country specific questions we actually relate to the electoral system. And this now for really inform government, opposition parties, institutions then as we do this debate on the electoral system.
So as you don't explain the difference in una do you in this way una we una go for go ask people and what them think about the electoral system. Wait una able for explain give them for the type of PR system where the country gets.
Okay, so the one then they study politics where they say proportional representation system PR. Proportion that means the size, so not to all things they get.
Okay.
So that means say if una 10 seats there in a whole country, then 3 parties then contest that election. One party gets 70% of the votes, it gets 7 seats. The other party gets 10% of the votes, it gets 1 seat. The other party gets 20% of the votes, it get 2 seats. So then they share the votes based on the number we get, than for parliament. So now they call proportional representation, the share of votes we they get in line with the share of seats in line with the share of votes we get. And they can normally apply onto country then way then they not get one word, then they fed themselves. Like for example, yes, you say Bo they always vote, Timni Boku Tim then the way they vote now Bo. They hardly get they can vote APC, then the law no shame about that, but they hardly get representation for Kamna Parliament. So now Boku, all of them are green SLPP, and largely now from one ethnic group where they can represent. So you can see say you get 35% to close to 40% of people from different parts of Sierra Leone, especially the south and east, within at the capital Freetown. And they're not can win votes, they're not can win seats because the votes not spark one side and votes scatter. And so then the PR system can make for them win seats. So then I make one of the things that we will argue from the one that we study, then the political party, then the 2 dominant political party, the proportional representation system will get, the 2 dominant party then they advance an electoral system where they actually favor them. And I just wish you come out from waiting they favor a party and waiting they favor the country. So for example, SLPP largely the votes scatter Bokusai. I mean, I don't get time for go into the ethnic composition, the geography of Sierra Leone. But say for example, Freetown, you get a large share of people in our SLPP where they normally get 30%, 30 to 40%. But because they scatter, it's difficult for the SLPP get 1 seat at Freetown because their supporters they scatter. And if on a PR system now, especially the district block system, because you get both types of PR system, if they pin box their votes, all of them and then they would then vote for SLPP, then will actually translate into seats. For APC, largely their own voters then concentrate in key regions, like for example the north, the northwest, and the western region. And so they in their interest, if I'm making they actually support them, for letting concentrate the votes then inside one system where they call first past the post that I can make the yes.
So in any way during the time when I go meet them people and the IGR or the people come up with something we get for do with power sharing at the executive?
No, they're not about power sharing. So but largely we ask people so in light of all of them here, waiting when I feel say for be the solution to the country. So we ask 3 questions. The first question, you go agree for let you party with the support. He appoints other person from a different ethnic group. 73% say yes. If Mina Mendema, Mina Timniman, I support this party, that party there, even if he appoints another person from a different ethnic group, it no matter. Okay. You can agree for let somebody appoint somebody from a different region, 70% say yes. You can agree for letting appoint you party with the support, appoint somebody from a different political party, 66% say yes. And why this important? You know, say when they don't pull cabinet list or any appointment list, people in Kidid are different parts of the country and they watch Kaila Day, Bombali, we said people in under APC, under SLPP. So it's about where people stand in relation to power. So the good news about this survey, and this really they come out after like we don't get August 10, we will get serious tension, we don't get November 26 school. it culminates a very fractious election in 2023. It culminates into a coup in November that same year. We don't see say now tension they simmer down. So accent people, a lot of Sierra Leoneans they really tired of war. They just want peace and stability there. So now they want their them views then would not ask question about power sharing, like how it's been interpreted.
Okay. Andrew, when I earlier introduced you, mentioned say you they come up from the IGR and you they lead IGR. When I don't they do research on democracy, governance, service delivery, and human rights. I want to take you off the Afrobarometer report and ask you personally, as somebody where they work on democracy and governance, you support the PR system at all?
The kind PR, I support PR system, but the kind PR system with me
Which
want.
kind PR system you support? The debate now na the salon they practice the PR system at the local council and the parliamentary system. Which kind PR system you support?
This current PR system, now the system would favor the two major parties. In fact, the threshold very high. It's not easy for any political party then get 11%, 12%, as the case may be, get that threshold in a district. So we want, or me want, let not just say we, me want a system where every Sierra Leonean will get an opportunity for be counted, and that you vote there, you get an opportunity for let it translate. You know, Musala debate a little bit, please. There's a reason why then conversation are important. You know, the political class, you know, they watch Sierra Leoneans largely as salon people and would for work really for deliver service to them. And it's likely that you watch people like voters instead of as citizens. So you can see, say, too often you can get this thing out where they call people in grassroots. You know, it's not grassroots. So grassroots actually mean underclass, somebody we able to do nothing for himself. And too often we see say then politician then none of them know how for big grassroots. No, there is no politician we want for big grassroots. So but they're not getting mechanism for let us see how we will get an electoral system where they benefit everybody. So we have this system where they benefit two major parties. One day at the dominant northwestern region, the other one day at the dominant southeastern region. So you can what you really need now for let we add value to weight of voters. Let no one party not claim a region. Where right now if you go to the south and east, then it talks you would let APC come. Now this and this thing go do. That means say wanna be blind to the thing they will do it bad. Okay. If you go to the north, they will talk say all the problem we'll get, now them men did them. So that means say then they teach you for let you hate the other region instead of you create accountable systems. And one of the ways then for overcome that one day, now for who reduce the tension, let every vote count. And one of the ways then we votes then can really count. Now we would get a proportional representation system with a very, very low threshold. We will give everybody or all groups then a fair chance for be represented.
Okay, continue for the between the program and Lavalie, the program where they listen to our Good Morning Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. Yes, sir?
Yes, inside the program now, we come with the other studio guest who will be done introduced earlier. We now Dr. Julius Spencer and followers of Radio Democracy don't follow Julius Spencer in debates on the issue of first past the post or PR system. The last time we get him, even they support the PR system, but he gets in your own way in want for Siam. I don't know if you still maintain that position, the Dr. Julius Spencer.
Absolutely. May I can tell people and say, I began advocate for PR system since 2008. Me not to just know I begin talk about them. And for me, the reason is simple. All what you and you talk so, absolutely correct. Now, in fact, almost nobody know now in this age. But 1964, where OAU then get them first inaugural meeting of the Organization of African Unity. Somebody talked to them. He advised them, say, make them not use the electoral system where the colonialists then left give them. If they do that, then society is not go develop. Then go get plaba. And waiting to happen. Exactly now that to happen.
So what's another electoral system?
I've been the first past the post. First past the post. But now that 39 Britain they use. But you see the difference between we own societies them and them, then they're sort of what you call homogeneous. They don't get boko ethnic groups. We get. If I when I get the Scottish, the Irish, the British, then get 3 different waiting. Then call themselves United Kingdom. But we will get Mende, we get Timni, we get Limba, we get Loko, we get Soso, we get Madinga, we get Koranko. We get 13 major ethnic groups, we get smaller ones themselves. So the ability for make we get ourselves and focus on things the way beneficial to we all, it's difficult under the electoral system we don't practice because the electoral system there, them it make for conflict. Una they contend, and across the world, don't you see? When you get that kind of system, they end up with 2 parties because people they reach a point, people and they decide no point of no for like vote for this party because they're not going to win. Then we guys want a significant number of votes, but they're not going to win. So before I vote for them, let I vote for the one where I believe say go win. And at that we don't see the happy. We don't get instance then where party then they form, they run one election, they not do bad, then get some significant votes. Kind next election waiting they happen. They actually they die. Because the one they will be vote for them the first term, next term then say they are not go win bo, they are go back go vote for them also. So and then you get the issue of violence. Because people they don't believe say forget political power. Now do or die affair. If your own person, your own region, your own ethnic group not there in power, then you know they get benefits. And so people they don't say as doing that affair. So now I make all the boku fetting lady.
Okay.
Now, so me they have done the advocate for PR system, but I always they talk I know they advocate for the PR system we don't use. We use them 1996, we use them 2002, they use them back 2023. Then at the district block closed party list system, where the party they submit list, rank the people them from 1 to whatever. Depending on the proportion of the votes with the party list, the top one then they get seats. So now the party they basically determine who that then at that list they go parliament. Other system then they.
Doc, for me start this and the way you don't begin for explain and so on, go say the first way Dr. Julius Spencer be start this conversation and all be explain and so in all this way you don't begin for explain whose type of PR system you think say the press and the country for use now as we go into 2028 election?
I believe so for use the open party list or mixed member proportional system.
So for listeners them out there go explain the system then they.
The open party list is the party they submit list. But you know they rank them 1, 2, 3, 4. Just the submit list. If not 20 seats, then submit 20 names. The people then now they vote for people in other list 3. And they vote for the party, but for particular people then. So depending on the number of votes where an individual get, now they determine who side they can open the list. So if the party, for example, win 20% of the votes, the one that will get the highest votes from that party day, the top 20, now then they go parliament. So now the people then they decide who that then they get seats. The party they submit the names, but now the people then they choose the people that where they go parliament. Now, I even go further by my proposal where I make to the tripartite implementation committee that we give time to constituency so that people then they vote based on their constituency. The party then for submit name them based on constituency. So when people then they vote, the person where is Sabina you go vote for, you will get 1 vote na the party list. So you know we go vote for a person where you know Sabi, you go vote for other is Sabi, the one who don't campaign to you. So that way there we go even if for tie the representation to constituencies as we know them now. Now the mixed member proportional system, in fact, even more proportional, because everybody they get 2 votes. You get 2 ballot paper them. With say for example, if you get 100 seats in a parliament, 50% of them they vote for the party, 50% constituency. So if we take say 100 seats, 50 seats now by proportional representation. So you they vote for party. Depending on the proportion of the votes where the party get, go determine how much people then go there now the parliament of that 50 day from your own party. Then on the other ballot, you they vote for one person. Your own person where you want for Lego Parliament out of the 50 seats we are available as well. Then they now waiting and call first past the post to the use bandandi. So that get the highest votes, 9 win. So now waiting and they do is that after you don't allocate first the seats then where people then win, you now see if you now compare the proportion of seats where the party forgets. So for example, and you know some of this a bit complicated for explain upon this kind of forum. So indeed we need to get this kind of discussion at an intellectual level. Now look at it in and discuss them properly, and then people don't understand. Then you can now find how you go educate the ordinary man. But this, for example, the mixed member proportional system, the ordinary man no need to understand how they arrive at the seats. You just need to know say they vote one for party, you vote for individual. You get 2 votes. So that's ending now. Then they go vote. Then the how they calculate almost seats the party they get. Let us just explain that quickly.
Now, Doc, they go for a break. We'll come back. Will come to you because the system look complex when we talk about ordinary voting. People in the vote void votes. You can't give them 2 ballot paper. It's a problem. It's a little bit complicating here. But we'll come back to you. Name that Dr. Julius Spencer in one of the proponents them of the PR system, as he may explain the kind of PR system we then want for C or we in want for C be na salon. You mean they explain the PR system. You talk about the open party list, closed party list, and mixed method. What I mean say is very complicating.
Okay, the mixed member proportional system. Yes, it's complicated for we can find the calculation, but in a way it's simple. As I've been they say, you get 2 ballots. One you they vote for party. The second one you they vote for individual. So if you get 100 seats in a parliament, 50 they go and the first past the post, 50 proportional representation, vote for party. So when then the first look the one when the first past the post where they vote for individual, see how much votes the party get. If say for example this party get say 35% of the votes of the 50 votes, it's 35% almost, I don't know. Get for calculate. Or you get 35% of the votes now the first past the post side. Then you get 40% now the proportional representation side. Other party get then look at all waiting and then the first allocate the seats them where then vote by first past the post. So then 50 seats then they allocate and first. Then they now look the side where you vote for party. See almost percent of the votes the party get. If pan the first past the post the seats then we don't win, now reach the percentage we get pan the PR, then they give them the balance seats them from the PR number from the 50. If say be not get 35, on a 40% you get pan the PR, then they add 5 seats. If one party get say 20% of the seats pan the first past the post, but you get 30% of the PR seats them, then they add 10 seats from the PR. So now so then they do empty, they allocate all the seats. The reason being now the focus now on the PR so that representation will be proportional to the votes where you party get. Even if and you see the problem with the first past the post, now the post will get the highest. And you can get the highest, but you not get the majority of the votes. So you can get 40% of the vote, you still win the seat. Other person get 30, other person get 20, other person get 10. So pan the one they will lost, then get 60% of the vote. But you will win get 40%. But I still win because I get the highest. So the mixed member proportional system, they compensate for that and they for make sure say the percentage of the population where they support this party, then get the percentage of seats where they forget based on their support for the party. Now, I know they say that they power for you, but waiting I don't say all the time. Let us sit down and discuss them. You know, with society them divided because of the ethnic division or the way we don't do politics up to this date. As I will say, the politician them, then they think about how they can win votes, how they can gain a power. And you know, from all get independence, the problem will get starts even before independence. At independence, the one that will take over, then just adopt waiting the waitman and left gide. They're not being realized or then forget say that system where the waitman and left now be exploitative system. Then the waitman and not can develop salono. Then can forget exploit with resources and go develop their own country. Now we want people then take over and they not change that perspective. If you look at we chief them, we been get king then. We get king then as alone. But then say other person not for be king because then get king. Now then our boss. So now one getting king for their own king. So then begin call when people and chief them. Then create a system where the chief them accountable to the government. 30 they now get. So even though the paramount chief them supposed to be accountable to them people them, but government can depose paramount chief. And the British then start them. So the chief then always go all allegiance to the government because government can pull them.
The system we don't explain, somebody go say it's a complicating one, and even the simple election system we Salon don't they practice. People they get plenty. Vote go nearly count fourth or fifth in some of their elections, yeah. And you talk about how for even allocate seats them. You go ask if even ECSL able to understand the system. And the politicians them we get for contest this election understand the system we just explained for avoid confrontation after the election and avoid the complicated nature of elections.
I will guarantee say they don't understand them as at now because they not turn their mind day. All then they think but are waiting them for do for make sure say them win power. And therefore then they look this system as and say whose system will benefit them most. So someone want the first past the post. Because for example, if you take Western area, before PR, APC been a win majority of the seats in our Western area. Virtually all. If I take city council at one point, I want gain SLPP council up in there. The rest now be APC. Why? Because now me first past the post. So when you total, the person will get the highest 9 they win. The rest of the votes them, no they count for nothing. Then we go to PR system. Now that proportion where SLPP in the win, that 30-something%, then get that proportion of seats there. If you go to the north, again, not to the north, the south and the east, APC gets some seats then there. Not as many as SLPP gets na the western area and the north. Again, there is the power of the incumbency. So all of that they come into play. Now if we get a proper proportional representation system, and unfortunately, this last one where they use, as far as me concerned, and I tell people then that, not to, the threshold been so high.
Okay.
No sign not in the world where they use that kind of high threshold. Usually it range from 3% to 7%. We use 11.9%. And the system we've been done using the first two proportional representation system, we not been get a fixed threshold. No matter what anybody tell now, we not been get fixed threshold. The system we then use now, waiting and call the largest remainder method and hair quota. Waiting at the hair quota. The hair quota now the number where they get when you divide the number of votes in a constituency by the number of seats. So for example, Bond DC get 5 seats, Western area gets 16. If you fix one quota, say for example 11.9 with them in fix. With 11.9 you don't get 1 seat in a Bond.
Okay.
You need about 20% for get 1 seat in a Bond. But Western area, you don't need 10% for get 1 seat. So then they look at the number of votes or the number of registered voters, then divide them by the number of seats for determine how much votes should they get, how much seats should they get. Then when they now allocate the whole number, then they count to the points on team, and then they allocate seats by the one that will get the largest points on team.
Okay, continue for day with the program. Dr. Julius Spencer, in a former Minister of Information, where they have for the talk on waiting think the type of PR system when things say the country for use. Like I'm about to tell you, and Lavalie, Executive Director for IGR. Earlier on, maybe they talk, you say this PR system, the political party, then they do in their favor. But one part of the political party, they win an APC, they're against this PR system.
Then like waiting, they make the win election. SLPP back like waiting, they make the win election. So now make it finally ordinary Sierra Leoneans then really discuss waiting good for we. Why this important? You see, say aid, that's what they call aid, the way people in the help we, it don't go down. In fact, since this Ukraine war starts, where Donald Trump win, we then some beaucoup people they benefit from what they call USAID. It cut off. Where Donald Trump say, I pull out of USAID, I pull out of Ukraine. All the other countries already help we, now Europe. We then get interest in Ukraine. What they do, they all cut their aid. We cannot, I'm not saying that we continue to rely on aid. We for rely on we own system. We get systems that way they make, we know they maximize the resources. In 2023, we export $1.16 billion of iron ore. You know what in Canada says, hello? Now $40 million, 3%. So the question is, which kind of system will make we left this fet, this person here, we one party in the power, the other one they undermine and say it fail. With this other kind of power, the one undermine and say it fail. The thing way important to one party, we can say no, this I populate this with million people then. I they sack all of this. I they populate this with million people then. I they sack all of this. We cannot fix water system. We're not go fix electricity. Which number we care about now the next election. So if, now make up they say, which in party not cleverly do now for turn all man to voters rather than as citizens we deserve good better welfare. And they don't if I really let radio democracy take some time and let we explain this whole thing what they call this grassroots business. They say now we're not the grassroots. Right now you actually see people way by right they're not for even Kenya power, but they just believe say no, if I use this electoral system with this region I go win. They're not for even Kenya power, and then party then they bring where they lead them. If you ask them they say me I want company for manage, then why I will do only you want let you manage your company, they're not go agree. So we get this situation where we the state's not productive, the state not effective. Like first time, when you watch the 70s, the 60s, the 70s, my daddy they tell me about how Sierra Leone be actually team up for himself. I mean, waiting the left because if you go like Kailan, you they see some farmers in a Kailan. They not only educate them Peking through farming, but they actually send them Peking somewhere in England. Okay. We've been getting SLPMB where they take with goods. We you know say beaucoup of them in England we asset them in England now through Sierra Leone Produce Marketing Board. We really get for talk say we don't go too far in the wrong direction. So we need for we take stock say how we go agree if now iron ore bust na Tonkolili sit down on top of $4 billion worth of iron ore. We need to think about how do we exploit it for benefit. So today if Chinese man come, if they left with power with this organization, it take resources. So now that make the most important thing now for reduce the threats, and the one day for do that day, now the elites them, whether they're in APC, they're in SLPP.
And the way this conversation will start for 2023 for say we go able for use this PR system, the talk will be they go around now for say they able for give then small political party then say we able for get seats go to parliament all that stuff then, but we not see that they happen again. You don't think say them political party then safe then small political party them as we they call them then safe they deprive the young people them for take part by governance.
Look, like how Dr. Spencer been say, now the type of proportional representation will practice. Now make that proportional representation will practice with the threshold. What do they call threshold? Threshold now the number where you get, we will make you qualify for get seat. As long as you get that threshold where they say pass, you get 12%. Whose party apart from APC, SLPP, they get 12%. Where you see they say NGC don't try to, which thing they get by the votes about 7-8%. When they say C4C, then clear corner, what is C4C get now about 4%. So it's not easy for let get political parties them. Then they win seats. So now that make the PR system will go work or the electoral system will work. In fact, in the first place, don't even forget about whether PR first pass a post. The question, the which kind of electoral system will make you spend less by election. The amount of money where they losses by election, not only families, not only political parties, but if my brother say now they stand election, the amount of money me self they spend, it's too much.
And Lavalie, continue for stay with you. We'll come back. We look at this debate whether the PR system will be applied to the executive, where the opposition they describe as power sharing. The program. Good morning, Saloon. They come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We still get Andrew Lavalie, Executive Director, IGR, and also get Dr. Julius Spencer, a proponent for or supporter of the PR system. Andrew Lavalie, before I come to Dr. Spencer, quick one. Look at the system for gets PR system at the executive, like the presidency, for where somebody win. If you win presidency, this gets some percentage. This they pull some people away, go appoint as ministers or directors within the executive. You believe in the idea in the PR system?
No, I don't believe in that idea. I don't think say we need for extend PR system to the executive.
Why?
Because I think say go hamburg democracy. Because inside democracy, you forget lines of accountability. And inside democracy, we believe say you always need an alternative. The alternative name for pressure government, for let government they do something with the benefit people them. So we support PR system because of the identity which they call identity politics. I know I call them tribalism. But with politics so tribal, like for example, if you go on your Facebook, you see a lot of people where they oppose which they say, and they see a lot of them get northern names. Say, look, this Maya, but this Maya, this is from the southeast, this na Mende na Shabro. So now so they don't teach we for think. Now so we did. So me feel say we need for resolve. If we get a PR system where everybody go be represented, that's fine. But not at the level of the executive. What we need for do now for force the political parties and for corporate. This thing here for say one day undermining company, the other one they undermining company. With political system, with political parties, they know we get some maturity where they happen, but they not maturity. We not get mature political parties. Fortunately or unfortunately, the Sierra Leone are the only country where we get pre-independence party. Then APC, SLPP, now the party then we've been there since independence. You see other African countries that we didn't get pre-independence parties. So there are good things, there are bad things about that. So we need for law to strengthen them, let them cooperate, and let we get a stronger opposition where they ask tough questions. Now that will make the possibility to govern a deliver result. But if you have this situation, we say when I come together, you will win, you get this percentage, the other one will win, you get this percentage. I think so that would be a problem. Inside Saloon, we get power sharing right now. We get power sharing at a local level. Like for example, you have 22 local councils in Saloon, 11 local councils na SLPP control councils, 11 local councils na APC control councils. In fact, we for compel the government for send more money to then councils and the APC area, Makeni, Karine, SLPP area, Bo, Kenima, let the citizens then get services. So instead of just because there's this thing for say, low concentrate power in a free town. When you talk about power sharing, you are still thinking about how do you concentrate power in a free town, and we've been there before.
So Andrew Lavalie, if somebody come out na APC or come out SLPP, APC win the presidency or SLPP win the presidency, then pull somebody na either of the parties them for go work with the president, whose impact then they get?
That's not to power sharing. Power sharing now where you actually get a formalized system for say, like how in the talk about, for say you don't get a formalized system for say we don't do election, like for example the PR system right now is power sharing in parliament for say the proportion of votes you get, nine they make you get a seat. So now so we don't share power na parliament. Inside the executive now we largely na appointive offices, not to elective offices. Now just the president you the elect at the executive level. So for say now all the kind of that power, let's say for example under the current administration, the Minister of Health na APC. Would I go hold accountable if healthcare go wrong? If the Minister of Energy and Power na SLPP, if lights not if na APC, if the light not they say na APC, then they sabotage SLPP within their power. So that make it, I think say it could be difficult for do that. In other democracies, like for example the British Westminster system, was power sharing, you know, compel political parties. You force them for let them cooperate. So the party go no say now, me for let her win. And if for collaborate with that other party they for let win. Because then get what they call hung parliament or hung elections. Now we want party now win absolute majority. So but for let you win the votes of citizens, they talk say at the cooperate with that other party, law form government. So but here salon here now we get presidential system. That presidential system is such that parliament is different from the presidency. So for like extend power sharing, I want to see how that they go happen.
Continue for stay with me inside the program, Andrew Lavalie from IGR. The program Good Morning Salon, they continue.
Okay, one quick one before we go to take another material inside the program. We can to other studio guest, Dr. Julius Spencer. You they support the power sharing at the executive. Why you think say this important na the electoral system na the country?
Okay, now first of all, you see me, I get a creative mind. So I know they think what you don't do, waiting no more day before me. I dey think creatively. Now, waiting at the problem we get. Parliament, yes, but one no say power na the executive day. Na the executive na the power day. So if that level day, we not get a formula where they make everybody believe say themselves get some stake there, we will continue. We like what you do with Parliament, nothing not go change. Now, we look at the election results for the presidency. First round, you get the people that will get the highest number of votes on 10, 30 something, 40 something%. Then go second round. Then one person will get above 50%, the other one will get 40 something. Now, what that mean is that when that person will win, nine they appoint all man, now winner take all. The one they weigh the 40% or 40 something%, then left out. Now make you get all this fet, this desperation for gain power. Now, for say you will get APC, SLPP na cabinet, it did not go work. That's not quite right. I don't think na cabinet we get several political party members na cabinet. Pakaba in cabinet where me been there, you appoint people from different political parties, but then they be different. As Andrew said, they no legislated, now decide for them. Now, the president still get authority. The party them can nominate people them send to president, and president they make the appointment. When they make the appointment, he can sack the person. So if the person not do what he's supposed for, they go sack her. He can send back to the party and I want this person. Now give me other person. But the party then get a certain number of a percentage of the executive, ambassadors, etc., etc., and waiting people in the fight for power for.
So, Doc, you want to foresee this system in the next election?
Yes.
Now, the criticism against Dr. Julius Spencer, whenever you talk about the PR system at the executive, from the other side, then go say Dr. Julius Spencer be don't serve as minister under Tijan Kaba, the late Tijan Kaba, and then convince say, okay, Dr. Julius Spencer na SLPP. Now that he thinks say the APC na their own turn, he want make them share power with the SLPP, and during 2023 election, not been talk this way, the SLPP for win the election. These are the criticism.
Well, because then they think as they go with man, so with blinkers, they know they see fine. Now that's why I sit down before 2020 election. Usa and go Lavalie sit down, so now they have been sit down. I talk on. Lima have been sit down, Usa sit down so. When I talk, I say, now they sound interesting. I don't talk on from before the last election. Nobody know take her up. Now, for some reason, the president don't pick her up. And even Speaker of Parliament pick her up. Now, if anybody they claim say me na SLPP, then you know sabi nothing. The one the way the SLPP, they know say me not to SLPP. I know they no political party. The political party where I been there na be NGC. All man know that. Me na been campaign spokesman for NGC self. And I not been done the SLPP before I joined NGC.
NGC na break away from SLPP.
Some people them.
Okay.
We been the NGC, come SLPP, go NGC. Me no be ever day. Now the only party I been on joined before that, na NDP, National Democratic Party.
Doc, one quick one before we take this material. One go and say like how and go say just now this power sharing at the executive. You know think say this go hamburg developments at the country, like appointing ministers in a different position in the area of sabotage when this go happen and they go say because this not in our party and you know they follow waiting we party don't say.
I say again, a president without ever winning a president. Apart from the fact that we go save money, we not get for go second round election, without winning a president, then they make the appointment. The party, if he gets proportion of the whatever, it will make nomination, send on to president. President appoint. The person not do it in the president wants to not perform, president go remove him. Not to the party, they determine the person they sit on the. Now president, if the person not do it in the supposed for do, and basically the president's agenda. Now all man get for falla. If you go there, then you know even now, and in the past, you get minister then we not agree with what the president want. But then get for doing, you know doing, you get two options. You can either sit down there, you continue for poda, or you come out there. Now, so me not see how then they go undermine anything, except if the president weak. But if the president know what he want, now they chair cabinet meeting. All man they in a cabinet, then get in a collective responsibility. All man they get for agree, but not all man, the majority get for agree, and then would not be agree if you get option either you go along or you come out.
Okay, continue for stay with me inside the program, Dr. Julius Spencer. The program Good Morning Salon they continue. Una don't send una messages them on 077981981 and also on our Facebook page. This one say Andrew, if political parties are finding it difficult to meet the threshold for a parliamentary seat in a district, then I advise that each tribe send a list of full members in parliament to represent their interest.
This one they say the PR system will help promote inclusive and fair representation. It is not meant to promote the interests of any political party against the others. This one they come up from Andase Tarawale.
This one from Alajina Watalo now is 077981981. They say the real issue is about integrity and sincerity of purpose of our leaders, not the electoral system. All your explanations in the studio are meant to confuse the people rather than educate them as required by. Okay, this one are from Alajina Watalo.
For Abubakar Benson, they say, Andrew, the Constitution suggests first past the post in a normal democratic time like this. Recommendation 78 of the Tripartite Committee was clear that government must not decide our electoral system, but allow Sierra Leoneans to choose whether to continue with the PR system or return to the first past the post. Through national dialogue, our people saw how PR was imposed in 2023, weakened representation, created confusion, and disconnected MP from from their communities. In the recent national consultation, the majority of civil society groups, the Interreligious Council, the Council of Paramount Chiefs, community leaders, and professional bodies, almost 60% of participation stood firmly to the return of the first past the post, while barely 10% supported the PR system. The verdict is clear. The people wanted a system that is simple, transparency, and accountability. It must be expected.
From we 0779819819, this one say, Dr. Spencer, your system is complex for our understanding. Senior Bala from Kabbalah.
This one is the PR system should only be in action only when the ECSL does not have access to some certain area, but now they do, so stop this illegality.
On we 0779819819, this one says, truly speaking, the PR system is not good system for country. I urge the authority to revert to the first past the post system for the sake of peace. From Castino Nalungi.
This one says, Dr. Julius Spencer, we people are not able to understand the simple electoral system where they now. How we expect them to understand this? One way you self not able to explain. Now, on all they confuse this election business now the country. Country like Ghana, we get population pass, we still they use first past the post. I just want to decide for add more confusion by the people for sake of the electoral system. This one I come up from Abubakar Sidiki Kanu.
This one on we text line, they say, please ask SLRA if they have made the Brookfield and Congo Cross roads they are asking to be an alternative. This is from Dan. Now is 0779819819.
Well, if I know one where they read now, they say the PR system no good for the country. Government and opposition still need to explain to the people so we'll go back to first past the post as that system the people understand.
This one from Amadou Carbo on our Facebook page. They say the big question is, why does the PR system favor SLPP and does not favor the APC? With them messages here, we they come to we studio guest them. If we pick up any important message, we come with them as the program they go. Andrew Lavalie, you can respond.
Thank you very much. So the more I read this, the more I know say electoral system conversation are highly elite conversation. In fact, if you go to a place like China, you know with Chinese democracy, you know they see this situation where all man they become part of the party, the Chinese Communist Party. That they actually write to you on the basis of your certain conditions we don't meet. Say now you can can the Communist Party. It's different from what they happen at the US and the UK, other places. Then we say everybody they take part. In fact, there are strengths and weaknesses of all the system. Where people in the talk, because the political parties they don't really sensitize them on which electoral system they take. The people in the talk more about waiting will make the party they win rather than waiting good. So in fact, the more you continue this, now the more you see this conversation they take SLPP, APC colors them. But we not forget about the challenge we'll get. And me, at any time we sit on any side, the challenge we'll get as a country, now we'll talk about. And we really think through which system we forget. 64 years of independence, we don't get a failure of services. You see, inside that 64 years, we don't see shades of SLPP, shades of APC and military rule. 35 years of APC rule, 24 years of SLPP rule, 5 years of military rule. In the last 64 years, there is nothing that is bad that we have not seen, from war to Harden Column. The people in the take temple run. I think so. What's more important, and you really want to elites them. You might like what you want, but we really sit down and discuss and let get compromise. Or else, what you going to face? We're going to face a situation where people in the win election, but the country don't win anything. The reason why we get fair elections, free fair elections, where they make a must. Free fair election, now they make, if you didn't have power, you know, say, if I not do election, if I not do right, people are not going to vote me in again. So now we get free fair elections. Whether in a SLPP, in a APC, it is in your interest for let elections be fair. And so if I now get the electoral system debate as part of that, let me just maybe finish off with maybe one or two suggestions.
Okay.
When you go to Nigeria, you see what they call federal character. The moment somebody, one party don't elect somebody in the north, must not say, you don't even get choice. Now the west, the west or other region, now they get your leadership. We don't get a situation where political parties and they generate leadership from one region. not to issue for Nasalon. They take and say, how you go there, political party, you generate leadership from one region, and you want for that one they be a norm for Sierra Leone. I think it could be difficult. So we want to let PPRC, we look at the family of laws where they make political parties reform. The second and final point, we political class, the biggest challenge we'll get now accountability. We talk say we'll get all of these resources, but we'll not get systems where they accountably convert their resources and into better welfare. So whether you bring power sharing, if the political class not reform, that unaccountable system, then go the inside one government, we go find it difficult. So we need to reform political parties and respect the role of the opposition.
Thank you very much, Andrew Lavalie. We come to Dr. Julius Spencer. Messages them come in for you. You go respond to them. We round up the program.
Yes, first of all, I think most people when they talk about PR system, and they talk about how we use this last election. And I would talk and back, not to than they advocate for. And people in power will also say, when they go through a constitutional review process, we not start almost years ago. And now government go pull white paper just now, and then go through the process for amend the constitution. This issue go come up now the constitution. When that make this discussion important, let we get informed debate and discussion on this matter. Not to waiting me want, wait you want, then we can make plabber. Now sit down, the point you want to make, you get a certain level where for day for able to engage properly on this kind of discussion. You talk about grassroots. Well, again, my own interpretation of grassroots now the root 90 provide nourishment for the entire plant. But we always say grassroots now the underclass with the member. Obviously, then they under the ground, but now then they provide the nourishment. So we got to take account of all of that. Now, in terms of system, me don't study this PR business for almost 2 decades. I dey look am. I don't look all the different system them. I make I dey propose a certain one. Now I believe say the mixed member proportion go be the best one for we. And you say complicated, it's not complicated. You dey go vote, you get 2 ballots. You can do and so that you get 2 voting stations. We enter then give 1 ballot. You go vote for party. You go vote for a party. Then you done the next station, vote for your individual. The person way you want for vote for na this list. You vote for waiting complicated than that. The complication and the calculation we not to the people and get for do na the ECSL go get for them. And right now they probably not understand because they not think about them. If they think about them, we discuss them all more understand they will know. And we'll look into the executive. Again make the point that the executive level PR in quotes also important. Because if we want to solve the problem we get in this part of the world, for now we're able to develop, we get for left this fight for power. We get for able for focus and agree say okay, election na competition, but not a war. After the competition, we all for move on and collaborate and focus on the thing that way they benefit we all. But as Andrew been say earlier, where is the election done? The party will win. Waiting at the focus. What will for do for win the next election? The one they will lost. What will they do for pull the house on a power, low kind of power? Now that's not the focus. How go develop if not that no more people in the thing but?
Thank you very much, Dr. Julius Spencer, supporter of the PR system. But it gets the way out in one for Siam as you don't explain and we don't use forget them. We will continue for the get you as time to go as the debate they continue. Plenty thank you for joining with today. And the quick one, Lavalie, before we round up the program, you pull a survey on democracy or governance na salon. Waiting na the results or waiting show.
In terms of what people they want,
yes,
the people then say they want for the political party within they support is share power.
Okay.
In fact, they don't mind 70% they say the political party where they support and not mind for it give power to other ethnic group apart from me, 73%. They say they don't mind for the political party when they support share power from another region. In fact, they don't mind 66% say they don't even mind the political party within they support for give power to another political party. As to whether that they mean power sharing is a different conversation altogether. I don't think they'll get 4 more hours for that.
Thank you very much, Andrew Lavalie, for joining us at the edition of the program. Good morning, Salon. You know.
Well, now this edition of the program, Good Morning Salon, go left you. Plenty thank you to Michael Sambula with support from Mangi Mansai, Adeyemi Jackson, where for put the program Good Morning Salon. come to you. Plenty thank you to Fatmata Samora, Joseph Songa, we make una see live na Facebook, and thank you to DJ Keman with support from DJ Caps, we give technical support. So to meet again, mina Kabia say tata.
And Musa Kamari, bye bye.